In this video, find out why I get that 5-second penalty. And the wet weather, it's here. But how well can I drive it? Hello everyone, and welcome back to a Gran Turismo video. We're looking at daily race C again, because in the weekly race guide, it's just a dry race. And there is dynamic weather, there is rain at some point, so I'm hoping in the few races I've got a chance to do on a Monday, I get a bit of wet weather. So here we are with the first race then starting in P10 in the Mclaren 650S. That's what I used in the time trial, and I feel it's just a tiny bit quicker than the Porsche 911 here, which is the reason I went for this car. We've got a run on the Austrian up ahead then as we go towards that inside line, looking to get a position early on here as we head towards Lake Home. Lots of positions to be made here as we head into the braking zone. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to leave you with some live reaction now as it all kicks off. Oh, my dear Lord. What's it going What? Are you having a laugh? Yeah, are you having a laugh? It's probably the best word here. Let's actually have a look at exactly what happened here then. So heading in towards Lake Home we go then. The RCZ obviously focused on the McLaren there, taps the Porsche. McLaren taps the Porsche as well. And then the Porsche is just struggling to catch their car then. They get a 4-second penalty, which I think is rightly deserved there for that one. Here we go on board Uncle Bob then, who is the Porsche, the complete victim in all this. Gets pushed off the circuit, tries to come back on. Unfortunately, just struggles to get back on there. I mean, it slightly taps me, nothing major. I don't know how the game can assign a penalty to me there, because they'd already started crashing. Anyway, we've got to take the 5-second penalty, so I was a bit fuming with this one, if I'm brutally honest. 5 seconds is very harsh for something you didn't cause, you didn't have any issue with, and arguably had no impact on the results anyway. Never mind. Right, okay, here we go then. Lap number 2. Let's get back into this race then as we go into this right-hander, slowing it down nicely then as we go through here. In for a way past this RCZ very quickly, the Red Bull RCZ, as we continue on out of there. Now, in this McLaren, you do rev the nuts out of it to get the most speed here. We are going to fast forward a little bit, so when it's got a penalty up ahead there, I'm not sure who that is as we head towards this right-hander. So we should get one place at least from the Italian then. It's an Italian up ahead with the penalty. There's a McLaren in front of them as well. Lots of cars in a combined or small environment here then as we continue on through. The RCZ goes towards the right where the penalty's been taken. We've got the AMG up ahead. Everyone is very close here then. We're going to go side by side, 2 by 2 then. Let's go on to chase cam. Let's have a look at what's kicking off there. Candle, you can thank me later, mate. As we go towards Blanchimon then side by side. I do slow down there, but they just turn in a bit too early then. And they both go off the circuit as we head towards the bus stop chicane then, hard on the brakes. They're going to have dirt on their tyres as well. There's, oh, a 0.5-second penalty as well then as we go into this left-hander, trying to get the jump on the exit then. Can we do it? Not quite then. It's going to be a drag race towards turn 1 now. In my mind, I already knew they had dirt on their tyres, so I knew that if they tried to remotely outbrake me here, they had issues. So I broke up my normal spot there. They go deep. And I'm going to continue on the inside there and take that place. Thank you very much, mate. Up into P11 I go then as we advance further on in this race. I'm purple here. It's not looking too shabby at all as we go into this right-hander. Candle up ahead, who I helped earlier on then. As we, oh, hello. They're not helping themselves now. They're off to Narnia. There we go then. So up into P10. Hey, we'll take it. 3 positions. Happy days. We are making our way through this grid. We're slowly catching up to the leaders again. That gap just under 10 seconds now. It's the Spanish driver up ahead. Oh, who's that? Sorry, I can't even read it. Wheelie! You're not doing wheelies at the moment, mate, but I'm going to go on the inside because you've got dirt on your tyres as we look to get another place. And if you look down at the bottom, look, a little drop of rain is appearing on the radar. 5 miles is the distance we're using there, but I see some blue. Anyway, advance to lap number 6 then. Somebody else with a penalty up ahead. Lots of track limit penalties here as we continue on through there. We've got Lunker Abroad up ahead in the Corvette as well. What can we do versus the German then? You see the penalty on the left-hand side. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll go towards the right-hand side. We're actually going to go 3 wide here. Look at this then. 3 wide as we go on through there. A little smile from me because I do enjoy these kind of moments then as we go into the left-hand and side by side. Very hard to go side by side in Blanchimont, but we make it work. We make it work there as we head towards the bus stop chicane. And is the Corvette going to send it around the outside? They're trying. They are absolutely trying here. I've got a loose space on that inside. They're still there then. So that's exactly what I do as we really put our foot down here out of the corner, and we do get ahead then. Thumbs up from me for that racing. That was beautiful racing. Really well played there, mate. I do enjoy that kind of stuff, you know. I don't care what position I'm racing for as long as I can have a good race. And that was a good race and a good battle there, so I appreciate that one with Lunker Abroad. Right, we advance further on then. We did see somebody go in the pits. We can see rain is on top of us now on that radar. We have a sponsor for ETA up ahead then as we go into the braking zones. 4/10 up on my fastest lap. What's going on there? Speedy Gonzalez here. Right, let's see what we can do. Remember, we need to get in the 16s, really, to be honest, to be up there with the very best. So that's what we're going to try and do. Oh, they've just got off the circuit there. The exit of Lacombe. We're down the inside there. Now we're going to get it stopped. We are indeed. There's another position gained. We're only 8 seconds off the lead here now as well. We have been pushing like crazy to get back up this grid then. Lap number 9. Here we go as we go up Arouge and Radion. Then P4 up ahead in the McLaren. We've got an absolute massive slipstream run going on here. Look at the speed we're picking up here. Getting up to that top end of the rev range. They indicate left. We go right. Thumbs up from me. I mean, I appreciate it, but I would love a fight as well. So we go up into P4 then as we continue on through on lap number 10. That rain firmly on us now. You can see that. But it's only light. You notice in the bottom left, just below the camera there is no water on the circuit at the moment there, so there's no need to worry as we go in the pits. And I decide that's all the rain there is. It doesn't move that fast. You look at around 25 miles. If the rain's remotely close, you're probably going to get it. If it's not there, you're not going to get it. So I changed the medium tire and I'm going to look to refill the car. Now we can see the window wipers are still going occasionally here, but they're not really going that much, to be honest with you. So we know the rain is nothing to worry about there as we leave the pit exit then. Or I'll say the first part of the pit exit, shall I say, as we go up the hill here then and back onto the circuit. You just see Kendall go on ahead there. We know they haven't pit. We know a few of us haven't pit. Bob's your uncle obviously was to the back of the pack, so we know they haven't pit as well. So we advance to lap 13. Everybody has pit now. The Portuguese driver who was leading has now made their final stop as well. Let's see where we end up here then. And what we've got to do is try and win this race. Well, arguably a really bad spot with that 5-second penalty. I'm still a bit like, how could the game even assign that to me? I don't even understand the logic behind it that would cause that issue. I really don't. Anyway, let's continue on here as we go up Arouge and Radion. An Audi R8 up ahead. I really wish I did pick that car, actually. You know how much I love the Audi R8, but I haven't picked it so far yet. And it's a very good car at this circuit. Now, the right indicator's on there for Yui there, so it looks like they're going to, or you, they're going to let me go on by. So again, thumbs up from me as we continue on. I actually think, folks, and I'm going to try and see if I can get this confirmed, that Spa is the high-speed bot test track. I do believe that's the case. There's so many cars so close together, it makes sense that it is the case. I am going to try and find out, though, and get confirmation on that, but I'm pretty sure it is based on those times at the moment on the leaderboard. In towards bus stop chicane we go then. The leader is just up ahead, 1.8 seconds ahead then, so we've really been catching up to them here then as we continue on out of there. Barrington Ward there up ahead. We're actually going to go on board them. Look back at me there, chasing them down then as we go into La Source then. Notice the wider line I take. That's how I get a good run on the exit. And there we go. You notice I maintain that gap there then. That's actually an increase, sorry, a decrease in the gap between me and the car in front, because obviously they accelerate earlier. So here we go then, up Arouge and Radion. Let's have a look at what the McLaren 650S looks like going up here. Oh, that looks good, that doesn't it? You can also watch my driving in that top right-hand side here. As you can see, I'm getting closer then with that slipstream run. I'm going to go towards that left-hand side. Let's go on the front camera then, the chase camera here on, well, it was Barrington Ward, but we're on board Ted is their nickname here as we go into this right hand. I'm going to try around the outside at Lacombe then, side by side, then in towards the left we go. They're just turning in, but as I was there then, as we continue on through, look at that for a moving off. I'll take those. I will take those as we jump back on board myself and into P2. We go 1.9 seconds off the lead. What can we do then? The Portuguese driver actually has the fastest lap of the race, a 2:17.0. So they are going pretty quick here. Now we advance further on there. We're both in the 2:16.7s. I have been pushing hard here. The gap down to under 1 second. But unfortunately, this is the final lap. This is the final corner. We lead that corner just under a second down on the Portuguese driver. So in the end, P2, not too shabby to say we had that 5-second penalty. That puts us at well below the 46:30 mark there in terms of race time. So there's definitely pace here in this car. And definitely pace in me at Spa as well. I do like Spa. I do enjoy it. And it does suit my driving style. Right, what we're going to do next is jump to the next race. Well, actually, before we do that, let's have a look at the forecast. So this is obviously the previous time of the weather that's been at the moment. And when I look at a forecast, I actually want to look what's going to happen going forward, because predictably that rain's going to come closer. So it should really do 30 minutes ahead. I've talked about that before, but anyway, here's the historic weather pattern. We can see the rain is coming towards the circuit. But it looks like we're going to have rain on this race. Let's see what happens. I've not driven on rain in ages. First off, this start. I said it in the weekly race guide. I'll say it again. Gran Turismo, seriously, sort out those rolling starts. You've got a long straight there. There's no reason for P15 and P16 to start in the corner. People don't decide where they start. they get put there based on their qualifying time. You could end up being at P1 or P16, depending on the lobby. Now, this lobby is all very close together. Look at this going into this right-hander. The two wide, absolutely everywhere. How does this work on a rolling start? I do not know. So I'm trying to find my place here. We were on the outside, going to the inside, now outside again of the Norwegian driver in the NSX10 as we continue on through. So we have gained a place there. Up into P14 we go. All the McLarens are fighting side by side up ahead then as we go up towards P1 then. I was thinking about going down the inside, but that would have resulted in a crash. So I was like, nah, no real worth of lunging there. We have 20 laps here. Plenty of time to make ground here then. As we look up ahead, there's still smoke happening here and everywhere. We send it down the inside then, and there's just a slight tap there. Not sure they realise I'm actually there on that outside. As we go into this left-hander, I'm trying to maintain that position, but they defend that very nicely indeed then as we go towards this right-hander. But everyone is very close here. They go a bit deep there, so I'm going to go on the inside here. So I continue on through there. Let's go on chase cam. In towards the right we go as we continue on through. There's a slight tap between the two. There's just enough room for a McLaren there. They do flash their lights. Not too happy with that, but there was enough room there for a McLaren as we continue on then towards the bus stop chicane and slowing it down here then right behind Paul then. And the McLaren looking like it is the meta at the moment. It is a very strong car here, to be honest with you. Very easy to control in the dry. We'll see how it is in terms of control in the wet as we continue on with this race. Fast forwarding here towards Oruge and Radion then as we go up here. And 3 McLarens in a row. We get the best run up the hill then. And look at this. We've got a massive run on Paul here. We've also got tailwind as well. So the car is really picking up pace then. Up into 6th gear. We're just in the slipstream of the car ahead. We go on chase cam then. Let's see what we can do versus Paul as we go into this braking zone then. Side by side. In we go. This is brilliant racing. Here we go on the left. It's slight tag, but I was there. But Paul keeps that position then. Good defense as we go through this right-hander then. I'm going to try and get on the inside very quickly. Very common move there. I think there was a flash of the hazard there to say sorry. Not too sure, but it's all good, mate. It's just racing as we go into the right-hander then. Still side by side. Look at this. This is good. I love this. I really do love this. Really well played here, Paul, as we go into this left-hander. Still side by side. We're both giving each other no. Look at that. You could fit anything between the two cars then. Brilliant racing. Absolutely fantastic. We've got the NSX driver behind trying to find a way through. We go around the outside. We get the job done. We advance a lap later then where we jump on board. Lewis here. Lewis is going to do something very odd. Just keep going towards the left-hand side. It looks like controller failure or a distraction. It could be a distraction, to be honest, because they get going again very, very quickly indeed. So they have a big old crash. Right, let's jump on a bit further in this lap then. We've got Bree up ahead. Very quick driver, of course, and a World Tour finalist. Not sure whether in GT7, definitely in GT Sport though, as we continue on through here. And Fano up ahead just had a penalty, and what we're going to do is we're going to absolutely send it down the inside as we get towards the braking zone. I'm sure Bree may have crapped himself a teeny tiny bit there, seeing a McLaren getting very close to the rear end, but don't worry, it was all under control, as I laugh in the webcam, of course. So we go on to lap number 4. What we'll do now then is we're going to advance to lap number 5 because lap 4 is quite boring. And you can see there we've caught up to the next pack up ahead. So we are carrying some decent pace here at the moment as we go through the pack. It is a very enjoyable race, this one, if you can have some battles. Otherwise, it can be quite boring to be on your own. Now, up ahead here, we have Spain versus Spain, should I say, rather than Spanish versus Spanish. Spain versus Spain up ahead then as we head towards Lake Como then. I was trying to see if I could place my car in a, well, to get involved in the action, really. The slight tap between the two as I go into this left-hander then as we continue on through here, and they defend that very nicely. Once again, I'm going to try that cut back. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle low as we look towards the right-hand side. Then here we go in towards the braking zone, and oh, slight tap there. I would say I was fair. I was going to make the apex there, and I always say if you're going to go for a move, as long as you make the apex, it's absolutely fine. So I will take P8 there and continue on through here then into P8. We're trying to keep up with Bree here so we can have a fight later on. Now, look at that radar. Yes, that's heavy rain is coming to the circuit. It's down at the right side of the circuit at the moment, and it is definitely on its way. So there's only one thing we can do here, folks, and that is pit from the racing medium tyre. Then you can see P1's gone in, P2's gone in. Who else has gone in? We've got I think P3 has, P4 has, P5, P6, P7, P8. We're all pitting here. On what tyre are we going to choose? That is the question. I'm going to go on the intermediate tyres here, and I'm going to fill the car up. Although I didn't know whether I should or not, if I'm honest with you, because, you know, in the rain, you don't use as much fuel. As you can see here, some people decided not to. Max Power definitely did fill up here. Max Power's dropped back a little bit. I think Bree maybe filled up a little bit, but not too much. We've actually been jumped by the Spanish driver we did overtake originally. They're up ahead. I said they're up ahead. They're actually rally crossing right now on that right-hand side, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I'll give them a bit of a wave as I go by. as we continue on here. Some people did carry on, and some people quit very quickly after staying out on the dries. We come into this braking zone, and a massive wiggle there. Everybody heads off the circuit. Bree goes off as well. Max Power managed to save it there. This is my first rain wet weather race since the last daily race we had weather, which I'm going to say is at least 3 months ago. So yeah, I'm going to get back used to this. As you see here, I'm all over the place right now. I did turn traction control onto 1. There's no harm in doing that. We've got somebody with a penalty there, so we'll go up into P7. But I was struggling here. I really was struggling in this wet weather as I go in towards this Blanchimont corner then. You see there, once again, all sorts of sideways. I must admit, I didn't feel like I had intermediate tyres on. I've got to be honest. I just felt like the car had no grip whatsoever. I'm not sure what it was, but it just didn't feel right. It really didn't. I felt like I was losing a lot of time. And that's going to be shown a bit further on in this race as well. So what we're going to do is going to advance a bit further on because I was struggling to keep up with anybody here as we head up to Eau Rouge and Radion. Through we go here. Then is it going to be a penalty? No, we just stay on the circuit then. Happy days indeed. But you see here, we've got people catching me up very quickly indeed behind. And again, I just felt I had no grip. There was like, it's like the car had nothing there and I couldn't do anything about it. So it was just a massive, massive, massive struggle. I tried offline, online, no matter what I did. So here, I'm just defending a little bit, but trying to brake at the same time. And let's go into here. Again, look, the car does not want to turn. Does not want to turn. Does not want to go around. Everyone behind me just seems to be turning better than I am. I just can't get the car around. It's just struggled and struggled. And look, that's there, the wiggle again. Just no grip. I've got traction control on 1 here. I expect some grip to be there at least. As you see here, the Austrian has gone past me. He's too fast for you. Apparently so. You're apparently too fast for me then, as I continue on through here. But I have been caught very, very quickly indeed. As I go, oh, hello. That's a bit of oversteering off, wasn't it, from the AMG driver there as we continue on. But I am being caught very quickly. Apex Twin next up to try and overtake me then. And I didn't know what to do here. I felt like I was just... I felt like I was on dries in the wet, if I'm brutally honest. Because you can see here, I've just got no grip whatsoever. And I was trying all sorts here with the throttle modulation and things like that. Just wasn't working. I'd knocked the brake balance to 0, just to see if this would work then as we go into this right-hander then. So I looked to start accelerating here, and I wasn't in full throttle initially there when it decided to spin me out. I was 3/4, then I went to full to try and catch it. Didn't work out. We got penalties up ahead for Apex Twin and Varg. Max Power goes around the outside. Unbelievable move there by Max Power. It really was. But again, I was just struggling. There was just no grip there, so I thought I'd go back to +5 because +0 definitely didn't work. I had to span immediately from doing that. But as we go up here then, we're just going to start spinning. Nobody else seems to have this issue. Now, I do have dirt on my tyres. That could be a factor. But it just fell off, and I can't explain it. I really can't explain it. I'm hoping it was just me being rubbish, and I've just not experienced wet weather for a while on GT7, but it just felt weird. Now I am waiting for everyone to go by here before I get disqualified, just so I'm not on the racing line, which is kind of me, I guess, as we continue on out of there. What we will do is advance further on here. I've got a penalty for cutting Eau Rouge and Radion. Varg's had a few issues here, there, and everywhere. But again, I just couldn't keep up with anybody. And my time was just dropping for days. Ooh, we've got a yellow flag as we go through here. Somebody else is having issues then as we continue on. That's Lewis. So this is the second crash of the race then. As we go on by, there's the penalty taken. And yeah, happy days indeed. So we're up a place. We're not last, at least at the moment. I do say at the moment because I am struggling. Notice here, I don't spin out this time. There's no wheel spin there at all. As I go into Blanchimont then, I'm trying to just get the car turned. Struggle with understeer completely there. And look at that. The Mclaren goes clean on by. Again, I just can't fathom what on earth I'm doing wrong here. I'm going to have a bit of a practice here to understand the issue at hand because I can't actually see it. I really can't. And as I'm going through this left-hander, I can see everybody else up ahead trying to get going. Again, I put traction control on just to survive here as I continue on out of there. And again, look, now it looks kind of fine. But then there's moments in this race, and I just... yeah, the car just wouldn't want to turn. Doesn't want to turn at all. Now, people are taking racing lines, which suggests we don't have weather lines still in Gran Turismo. So I'm trying to follow that same suit here. And notice there, the car just instantly span its wheels and span off. And again, it didn't do that the entire race. And then just in this one random lap, because it doesn't happen again, the whole car just rotates instantly and spears off. And you see that, I'm trying to work it out because it doesn't feel right. Anyway, I was down 1 minute and 2 seconds. And the second it dried up, I gained massively on the leaders. And I mean massively. And this is where I got so confused with the grip levels. Because I shouldn't be able to gain 6 seconds on the leaders, for one. I shouldn't be able to gain so fast on everybody here. I mean, I was gaining seconds on people. Okay, we're going past Varg right now. If you look at that track map, I am miles away from anybody right now. Miles away. Absolutely miles. We go to lap 20 then. Look at this. I'm literally on the tail of the entire pack I was miles away from. I've gained 13 seconds on Varg. My mind was very confused with this because it felt like I've got dry tyres on, even though it says intermediate. I could be wrong with that statement. I don't know. I'm going to have to do a few more races to find out. It was just really odd. I've got to be honest, really odd. And the fact I was catching people so fast instantly again. Now, obviously, I am using the wet weather line a little bit here as well. And I'm just making it round. I don't know. I felt very confused there. McDonyan struggling a little bit there. So we gain at one place. And this is how confident I was with the grip levels. Look at this. I'm just going to send this from a year back round the outside of the chicane. And it's like I've got infinite grip. Now it starts drying. I was so confused. So confused. But hey, we're not last here in this race. I didn't give up. I tried to work out what the problem was. And I came home in P10 there. Bree there. Fantastic drive from Bree there in P1. In fact, I actually put in the chat afterwards I was on the wrong tyre because I actually thought everyone was on wets. That's why I thought, oh, I'm on intermediates. Must be a wet. But no, everybody was on intermediates pretty much. So very confused by that. I do hope you have enjoyed this video though. Do give it a like if you have. Do subscribe to the channel, stay in touch for all the latest content. There will be more Spa footage this week as I try beat the meta, of course. And there are 2 videos there to check out, including the weekly race guide. A big thank you for watching as always. And you can support me via those companies. And I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.